continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington.
Night has come to Peyton Place and to Rita Jacks. Tomorrow, she will take the stand in the Rodney Harrington murder trial for the specific purpose of detailing her relationship with the deceased Joe Chernak. These questions torment Rita as she finds herself returning to the place where she had a bitter encounter, a darkened warehouse off the Peyton Place wharf.
See Allison today?
No.
Me neither. I mean, I wasn't planning to.
It's all right, Norman. She's not off limits.
She is to me.
What's the matter? She hit you with her pail and shovel? Strike that.
No. Leave it in, because that's just what she did. And I was wide open for it. It was a real setup. You know, when I heard that she wanted to see me instead of you, I was so far off the ground that my head was scraping the ceiling. I didn't even want to tell Rita where I was going or how much I wanted to get there. I just wanted to start out fresh, maybe close the gap between you and me. I was going to pile into that hospital and sprinkle a little charm around and take off. Then we started talking about old times, and I mean old times. Even that was kicks. Until she started teasing me about getting a steady girl. Well, for one lousy minute, I didn't want to tell her about Rita. I didn't even want to let her know that I had a steady girl. I don't know what I was looking for. I guess I just wanted to get out of this whole mess. Look, Rod, Allison hasn't changed. She still thinks of me as Taddy the Terror of the 10th grade. And I think of her as Smudge. She's still your girl.
Thanks. I'll go see you tomorrow.
You should. There's some bicarbonate for dessert.
Hello? Sorry, you have dialed the right number for the right girl. Where is she?
Hello, Norman. She's not here right now.
I guess you're feeling better.
I didn't know I was sick.
Well, Rita said that... Where is she?
Are you checking up?
No, I just want to talk to her.
I'll have her call you when she comes in.
Thanks. Goodbye. Wrong number.
Come on, Rita, only 5 minutes. Come on. Stand still, will you?
I have to get home.
Oh, come on, Rita. It hasn't been that long, has it?
Everything's changed, Joe.
Why?
Because I've changed.
Oh, really? Well, let's see.
Oh, I'm going to be somebody. I'm going to make something of my life.
Come on, Rita.
Let go of me, Joe.
That's a very pretty dress, Rita. It's a real nice dress.
Let go of me, Joe. Let go, Joe. Oh, please, Joe.
You're my girl, Rita. Joe's girl.
Well, I almost forgot. I'm supposed to go to dinner tonight with Dr. Morton and his wife. They asked me over 2 weeks ago.
Well, you have my permission.
Well,
You sounded as if you were asking for it. Look, Mike, just because you took me out last night doesn't mean that I expect you to take me out every night. Not that I mind, you understand. Mike,
hmm?
did you ever hear from Professor Tobin at the Westover Institute?
Well, yeah, I got a note from him saying he'd received my letter.
I just wondered. When you wrote to him, did you mention my name?
No. Well, you asked me not to.
Well, look, I think I'll finish these off tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fine.
I'll take off now, I guess.
Well, yeah, let me help you with that. Here we go. I'll see you in the morning, huh?
Mm-hmm. Unless I'm called
Call.
by Fowler. Oh, have a good time.
Oh, you too.
Good night.
Night.
It's been quite a day. Stephen? One of Mr. Peyton's prescriptions ran out on top of everything else. I'll have to stop and get it refilled.
Did you go back to work?
Where did you think I went?
Oh, I assumed you might have taken the rest of the day off.
Not that I wasn't tempted. It keeps going around and around in my head. Every question, every answer. I had no choice, Stephen, but I still feel guilty.
Should. After that touching little performance outside the courthouse, you and Rodney standing together like a couple of...
Stephen.
Like a couple of retreaded lovebirds.
I didn't come here to listen to
You
your...
came here looking for sympathy. Unfortunately, to the wrong person.
That is obvious.
I'm not finished.
I think you are. Good night.
I want you to hear me out. Now, as Rodney's lawyer, if you had to show concern and sympathy, at least you could have waited. You didn't have to do it in front of the courthouse.
Rodney came over to me.
You could have walked off. I don't expect Rodney to think of the consequences. He's never learned not to act on impulse, and he never will. But you should know better.
I think you're making too much of this, Stephen.
Am I? There were still several jurors standing around. Now, if Fowler had tried to convince them that you and Rod were all that cozy, I would have objected at the top of my lungs. But what could I say? You handed it to him on a silver platter. If Fowler had posed it himself, he couldn't have painted a better picture.
Stephen?
And then just so no one in Peyton Place would miss getting the picture, you and Rodney walk to his car, get in, and drive off into the sunset.
I'm sorry. Can you do anything?
I don't know. But I'll have to try.
I'll let you get back to work. Very long.
I don't think so. How is Mr. Peyton?
He's quite well, thank you.
I'll have it ready in a few moments.
One thing you've got to admit, they take care of their own. Of course, it's not exactly in style, but it beats collecting unemployment insurance. Of course, you can't collect unemployment insurance because of why you were fired. I wondered what you expected to get from it then. Now I know.
A job, Miss Chernak, for which I am qualified and which I could have gotten anywhere.
No, not anywhere. A job with Martin Peyton, who just happens to be Rodney Harrington's grandfather, and who is no stranger to Stephen Cord. You know, it must be nice to have so many good friends.
It must be unpleasant to have so few.
I didn't know that I had any in this town.
Aren't you forgetting Dr. Rossi? Would you put that on Mr. Peyton's account, please?
Certainly.
Thank you.
What did you mean about Dr. Rossi?
Did you enjoy your night on the town? Last night. We saw you in the parking lot at the Italian Villa. A real proof of friendship, Miss Chernak. At the very least.
Jax, I'd like to talk to you. Where do you think she is? This isn't helping any.
She's got to testify tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I thought you had a train to tell you everything the minute it happened.
It must be a mistake. They're still on the prosecution's witnesses. She can't be testifying tomorrow. She's our witness.
Wasn't a birthday card she got from Fowler?
It's gonna be rough.
It's not going to be rough for you, but it's going to be rough for my little girl.
She's my girl, too.
Sounds real sweet.
Listen to me. I love her. Believe it or not.
Not. Where are you going?
To find her.
Where?
I don't know.
Can I come in?
Oh, yeah, come on. I kipped in early.
Feel ill?
No, I just got tired, that's all.
Did you have your supper? How come?
I don't know, it didn't grab me.
I'll put on some clothes and we'll make it over to the inn for a sandwich.
No thanks.
Come on.
I'm not hungry.
You should eat something.
Well, I'd rather sleep.
Didn't take long.
For what?
For it to get to you. The trial.
I never said it wouldn't. Get to me.
Okay, you've done your number.
Hands off, Stephen.
Now snap out of it.
I said hands off.
Get dressed and we'll go eat.
You go. You get yourself some other company. Betty.
Betty's gone home.
Did you see her tonight?
Briefly.
Did she say anything?
About what?
Forget it. I'm going to bed.
It's not an answer, Rod. You can't hide from it. Not from tomorrow or yesterday either. The trial, Betty, all your mistakes. That's right. Close your eyes to them and go to sleep. But they'll all be there when you wake up. The shabby marriage, the quickie annulment, the Chernaks demanding their pound of flesh.
Are you finished?
It's the truth, buddy boy. You took what you wanted. And now, one way or another, I'm afraid you're going to have to pay for it.
Catch the other light on your way out, will you?
Norman?
You sure gave me a scare. I've been looking all over for you.
It's no good.
Don't say that.
Leave me alone, Norm. You gotta start forgetting me before you get hurt.
Come on.
testify tomorrow.
I know.
For Mr. Fowler. For the prosecution.
I know, so what? Doesn't matter who you testify or whose witness you are. The facts are going to come out the same. And those facts don't matter to you and me if that's what's bothering you.
Do you mean no matter what I say, no matter what people think of me, we're still going to be like this?
I wouldn't have said it if I didn't mean it.
I wish I could believe you.
Well, why can't you? What's the matter with me? You never believe anything I say anyway. You might as well now. You've got nothing to lose. What are you going to do, Rita? I mean, what are you going to do? Lie again? You going to leave town? It's too late for that. What are you going to do? Blow your brains out? I'm sorry. You weren't going to do that, were you? Look, don't you know that people care about you around here? Like me, for instance. I've been running all over this town for hours looking for you. Don't I count?
Right after graduation, when things were kind of shaky between you and me because of Joe, Mrs. Carson talked to me. She said anyone who wanted to could improve themselves. That we all make mistakes. That we learn by making mistakes. But that you don't have to live with them the rest of your life. You can go on to something new and forget them. You can start a new life. Well, that's not true. Once you do something wrong, you've got a scar on you. And anybody who looks close enough can see it. Sometimes there doesn't seem to be much point in trying to start over again if you have to start with a bunch of scars.
You were going to do something dumb, weren't you?
I read in a magazine once that if you know how to swim, you can't commit suicide by drowning. Something about the body just automatically making you swim. And then I went to the warehouse. I don't know why.
Trust me.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Now, when Joe came back from the honor farm, did you resume your relationship?
I didn't want to see him anymore.
Why? Were you seeing someone else?
My arm won't move. I can't move my arm anymore.
Go on. Bring back all the dirt.